Hello everybody! Today I will be providing movie reviews for the films Cowspiracy, directed by Kip Anderson and Keegan Kuhn, and Chasing Ice, directed by Jeff Orlowski. The number one goal of each movie is the same goal as all documentaries, to spread awareness to something that has happened or is continuing to happen in the world today. Cowspiracy aims to get the word out that agriculture is the absolute leading cause of the destruction of our planet, including animal extinction, deforestation, water consumption, climate change, etc., and that it is the reason the world is unable to thrive, even if we were able to decrease all sources of pollution on the planet. Chasing Ice strives to gain evidence of the effects of global warming through the powerful photographs taken throughout several years in order to prove that climate change is in fact very real, and that we don't have any more time to argue this claim. The photos are real, the evidence is real, the statistics are real. It is time to do something about it. The films accomplish this by presenting evidence to support their claims. Cowspiracy uses statistics to demonstrate the effects of agriculture on the world, explaining that all transportation is only responsible for 13% of greenhouse gas emissions, while animal agriculture is responsible for over 50%. Additionally, when looking at total average water consumption, domestic use, which includes your daily shower and sink usage, only accounts for 5% of total water consumption, while 55% is accounted for by animal agriculture. The statistics are severe and frightening, which captivate the attention of the viewer. Chasing Ice uses the power of photography to provide tangible and visible evidence of the effects of global warming. We follow James Ballong, a determined photographer and huge advocate for global warming, on his journey to capture the right pictures. By looking at the time lapses, we are able to see the dramatic changes that the glaciers experience and how the glaciers are melting at an alarmingly quicker rate than they have in the past. Their melting rate is increasing exponentially. The films overlap in that they want to show the world the truth. However, they differ by strategy. Cowspiracy aims to retrieve the truth about why this important issue isn't being talked about. We see in several interviews in the film that environmental agencies won't talk about it, even though the results of continued agriculture are astonishing. In his book, Society and the Environment, Michael Carolan emphasizes on page 113, if the world continues to eat meat at the rates that we are expecting, and since most of the animals that provide that meat are going to have to eat an enormous amount of grain, the world's effective population in 2050 will be 13.5 billion, 9.5 for the projected human population, plus 4 billion, as that is how many people could be fed with the grain that is expected to be diverted to livestock. Additionally, Chasing Ice claims to retrieve evidence so that others can see this truth. We see the damage that global warming is causing. Carolan also says on page 95 of his book, in regions with significant snowmelt, we can expect changes to the timing of runoff and rapidity of spring melt. In regards to the latter, this could lead to an increased risk of floods as that water overloads the capacity of the land to absorb it. The film does a good job of proving this. In the beginning, when we see weather-related damages all over the world and increased weather catastrophes due to global warming. The story is in the ice, and this movie captures that story. Cowspiracy shows that many environmental agencies are covering up the problem, that there is something they're not telling us, and we need to address the bigger issue here, not the issue that is most convenient for us. Derek Jensen explains in his book, What We Leave Behind, on page 69, we will so often seek out any excuse to dismiss this realization. We will cling tight to any flimsy rationalization that anyone, especially some authority figure, cobbles together that will allow us to maintain, in the face of all evidence, all logic, all intuition, our old lifestyle, no matter how destructive. The lies act as barriers to the truth. These barriers to the truth are necessary because without them, many deplorable acts would become impossibilities. Truth must at all costs be avoided. Chasing Ice does a good job at making the issue personal by following Jim on his journey to capture these images. We see personal situations with his family, his health, and his sheer determination to reach his goal, and the struggles he goes through on the way. And you know, more of us should be like Jim. More of us should take it personally. Jensen explains on page 181, maybe I should take global warming personally, not only because it will inundate this land I love, but because it is killing the planet. Maybe I should take the toxification of the total environment personally. If I did that, if I took all of this personally, how would that affect my actions? If you took this personally, how would it affect your actions? Maybe it would hurt more, but maybe we would do more about it. Maybe we would fight back. Chasing Ice shows a personal story, but no solutions. It emphasizes the problem that needs to be addressed, but not how to fix it. On the other hand, Cowspiracy shows data, gives solutions such as giving up animal products entirely and living a plant-based diet, but it doesn't have the personal attraction that Chasing Ice provides. Both films have their pros and cons, but overall, I give both films a 10 out of 10. They are must-see movies that embody the severity of agriculture and global warming and how they are critical issues that must be addressed today.